Right, welcome everyone to another exciting video review of epic proportions here at the reviewing station. I'm your host, Redis Power, so let's get to today's review. It took me some time to figure out what in the heck I was going to review outside of Power Rangers. Now that I'm officially done for now. So what can I review? Exactly what is actually something new that I just bought not that long ago that I've held off for at least maybe a week or two at best. Well, I figured it out. Let's go back to Transformers with Titans Return, Megatron, and Doomshot, or as it says on the packaging, Doomshot and Megatron. Now, this is an action figure that I truly wanted to get, and I know this is not going to be the true mold of this action figure. It's basically going to be Blitzwing. I really wanted this figure. I wanted a pretty good Megatron, and even though Leader Megatron was a pretty good high score from yours truly here, I will say there's not much going on with that figure. I mean, he's like limited in some areas. He's hindered with the articulation at his hip joints, so you really don't get much out of kicking poses and all that for the guy. His knee joints are sucky, to be honest. They only have like a certain amount of range, and they're just... There's nothing really special about Leader Megatron at all, except for maybe the paint job and the tank mode, which is pretty freaking sweet. But outside of that, that's really it, unfortunately. So I was in denial. I must have been on something when I was reviewing that figure, but I wasn't alone on that one. Just remember that. Anyway, enough talk. Let's go ahead and take a look at what could be the better tank Megatron slash jet Megatron. I don't think Megatron's ever been a jet up to now, at least a modern looking jet. Whatever. Let's go ahead and get into this. As partake of every single video review when I can, here is the packaging for Titans Return Megatron. Sorry, Doomshot and Megatron. I really feel like it should be Megatron and Doomshot. Or with Doomshot. I mean, come on. You're really going to promote the Titan Master as the headline here? Seriously? Weird. Anyway, nice picture of Megatron's head being decapitated or getting ready to land on the body. You know how it goes. We got the Transformers logo right here. We got the Misaligned Generations logo at the top right corner. I know some people have missed me saying that. You're welcome. Not much going on here on the sides, except it's nice to see a Decepticon logo for a Decepticon character. Not just any Decepticon character. It's freaking Megatron himself. Very nice. I love this actual artwork here. Pretty cool. I dig it. And on to the back of the packaging, we got a little bit of a bio here, which you're not going to see at all. I'm going to have to raise this up so you can see it just a little bit more. And if my camera will play correctness with me, you might actually get to see the text itself. Using the power of Titan Masters, the Decepticons rise up to destroy the Autobots. Doomshot ignites the super fusion reaction in the fire blasts of other bots. Okay. He turns the cannon of Megatron into a weapon of immeasurable... this is where my tongue just gives up on me. Immeasurable... I can't read it. I just can't read. Immeasurable destructive force. Yay! I got it. Yay! I'm good. I'm good at what I do, don't I? So, yeah, we got a nice image of Megatron and all his modes. We got the Titan Master, Doomshot, well, Megatron turning into Doomshot. You get it. It's weird. Yep. All the Titan Masters can fit in any scale except for Titan class. So you got your Deluxe, you got your Voyager, and you got your Leader. So promoted Transformer figures, we got Decepticon Fangry for the Titan Master, Trigger Happy for Deluxe, Optimus Prime for Voyager, which I do not have at this time, and Six Shot. I have not seen him in stores yet, but that's the Leader class figure of this wave. And that's going to do it for the packaging. Wow, that was quite a bit. So let's bring in the figure and lower the camera so you can get a good look at said figure. So here is Megatron in his tank mode, but before we get to that, before I forget, let's go through the other contents that this action figure comes with. He's got his instruction manual, which of course no one likes. These manuals are sucky at that because you really cannot see what's going on here with this, the coloring that they chose. I mean, yeah, the highlights of purple does help a little bit, but the fact that this is all just washed out in gray, it just, it's hard to understand, tell you the truth. I had to watch quite a few YouTube reviewers actually transform this figure in order to figure out how to fully transform him the first time. So anyway, he also comes with his little card, like all the other Titans Return action figures, which that nice artwork, which this looks nothing like the actual figure, to tell you the truth. On to the back, here's your stats for Megatron, and when Doomshot is actually applied to him, you get a little bit more. It's not much. It's kind of disappointing for Megatron, but whatever. So there's that. And now we can get to the tank mode of Megatron. It's freaking sweet! Yes, I gotta be honest. I love this. This is pretty freaking sweet. I really do love this tank mode. And the fact that the turret can still rotate, even if it does get caught in the back here because of the actual jet cockpit revealing here. It's still pretty cool. Well, look at that. It can actually still go around it if you lift it up just a little bit. See, I'm not cheating. It still works. Yes, it's clashing with the window, but I mean, it still rotates. So yeah, it works either way. It's a win-win. The only thing that really annoys me out of this, minus this bit just here sticking in the back, is just these back pieces here, which are the obvious wings for the jet mode. One side will actually clip into place like it's supposed to. It's supposed to be laying flat on the side here by the treads, but when it comes to this side here, it just doesn't want to lock in. As you can see, it just keeps coming right back out. It will not stay in place. This one, just fine. See that? Just fine. This one just wants to keep coming out. I'm not so sure what's going on there. I guess it's just a default on mine. Your results will be different. I gotta say, I don't like the sticker idea that Hasbro's going with the Transformer figures these days, but when they work, they do work. I've heard some people saying that their stickers are trying to come right off like they're peeling on the corners, but mine seem to be fine on my Megatron figure, so I do like the foil look, how it's very reflective. I like that. And the Decepticon's insignias right here are pretty good as well. So, I'm not having any problems with my stickers. I still don't like stickers, but whatever, it is what it is. So, outside of basically what you're seeing here, there's not much for Megatron in his tank mode. I mean, he does have some working wheels, which do work, thank God. But some of them are actually pretty tight. Some are actually free moving, but there's at least one or two of them that likes to get stuck, and it kind of ruins the fact that you really have to put some force on this, especially if it's on solid ground and not something that's like this, very smooth and flat, but whatever. Now let's open up this section here so we can bring out the little Titan Master dude. So here's Doomshot. Not much going on here, not much paint love, if any paint at all, basically for the face back here, or at least with the eyes. So yeah, that's it. Only the eyes are actually painted, but here's Megatron from behind. How you doing? What's up? So yeah, anyway, nothing else going on here. Poor little guy can't even focus. I mean, look at that. All this light going on here is taking away his face. Well, you can kind of see what's going on. So, yeah, he's just a little dinky Transformer guy that you just fold up like so. And there's the head for Megatron. And we'll get to that in just a moment. So let's go ahead and take off the obvious cannon for Megatron here and get ready to transform this sucker into his jet mode. Okay, so here's Megatron in his second mode, which is his jet mode. Obviously gonna be the incarnation of Blitzwing for this mold, unfortunately. So Megatron's not gonna be the solo mode of this figure, obviously, which is sad. So we still don't have an official Megatron figure, if you know what I mean. But, you know, for what it is, it looks good. I like this jet. I totally dig it. As a matter of fact, I'd love to see this in Starscream's colors, because this would really make a good jet for Starscream. I mean, look at this. It's almost like an everyday jet that you would actually see. Kinda, sorta, except for all the kibble, especially with the turret back here. Or, I mean, underneath. But, outside of that, there's not much else going on here, unfortunately. There's no working wheels. Well, I mean, there is, but they don't hit the ground. It's, basically your molded wheels right here. which are supposed to be your pretend feature for the jet. So, yep, there's that. But if you wanted to, tell you guys the truth, you can take the cannon bit here and apply it to, I hope I got this the right way. No, it's supposed to apply here. There we go. See, now it's in place. And what you can do is you can actually take it and you can, there's a little tab back here, or there's a slot for this tab right here, which his legs are coming undone. What the hell? Weird. But anyway, that's never happened before. But what you can do is tab this in. There's two tabs right here at this side here. And, if you're not struggling like me, you'll be able to get this to lock in just fine. Let me take this off camera for a sec. Okay, tell you guys the truth, I have no idea why I was making that look harder than what it is. It's not at all. It's actually pretty easy. For some reason, I just couldn't get it in on camera. But there it is. So, yeah, there's a little bit of some storage for it. If you wanted to, you could leave the black portion of the cannon actually applied to the turret down here, and it would look ridiculous. I also believe that you can stick it in the front if you want, but that would also look ridiculous as well. And what you can do for your little Titan Master dude, if I transform him back into his robot mode real quickly, is you can open up that section like I did already. Plop him in there, close this back up, and yes, now Doomshot is cockpitting Megatron, as you can see. Looks pretty cool, but it really has nothing to it at all. I mean, I do like the look. Nice to have a pilot on the inside here. You don't get that with many Transformer figures if they're not masterpieces, but yep. There's that. There's something you can actually do, but outside of that, not much else going on here. The turret can rotate a full 360 if you detach it, so as you can see, it's right there. I know a lot of people wish that you could actually just take this right off and plop it on top. That would have been nice, so these wheels would actually work, but without a front wheel for the actual cone of the jet, well, then we got a problem, considering that it would be just... It wouldn't work at all. Let's just put it that way. But, yeah, that's basically the jet mode. Not much else to really say about it. I do like it. I just feel like it's actually lacking something thereof. Oh, yeah, working wheels. That would have been nice. But, anyway, let's go ahead and get this figure into, obviously, what you're buying him for. His robot mode. So, stay tuned. Okay, so here's Megatron without his robot head, obviously. The main feature of the Titan Master is basically the form, the head. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, so there is Megatron now, and this looks good. Tell you the truth. He might be a little awkward standing right now, but let me just readjust him for 1 second, and now he looks really good. I'll tell you guys the truth about one thing, though. I honestly have no idea where these tail fins are supposed to go when not in jet mode. When it's in robot mode, people have been reviewing this figure and leaving them like this on the side of his legs. But what I like to do is bring them down for additional heel support. Tell you guys the truth, because this figure is a little difficult to stand sometimes, or to pose, because you know, depending on the quality of him, he's not really that special, so unfortunately he has a tendency to fall over very easily. But I will say, it is nice to have some articulation features back on a Megatron action figure after quite some time now. I mean, look at this. Let me go ahead and show you guys. There's no hindrance this time to the hip articulation, and I do appreciate that. This is a really nice Voyager scaled Megatron action figure that I have been dying to get a hold of. So here's his cannon, and I know a lot of people don't like that this is actually a portion of the cannon. It would have been nice if this was actually painted black like the front portion, which is obviously the cannon, but that just didn't work out. But yep, there you go. There's Megatron with his cannon all complete, and he looks impressive. He's good size. The proportions on him are really nice. I mean, he's great in scale with Optimus Prime from this wave, but even though I don't have him, I'll have to do another side-by-side comparisons instead. So let's bring in somebody classic, someone that's never really got a spotlight at the reviewing station. Here's Whirl from the Generations line. And as you can see, a Voyager figure compared to a Voyager, this is a really good size. And Megatron might actually be a tad taller than Whirl. Actually, he is, but not by much. It's just a little niche, but yeah, I mean, he's got him. So, yeah, there's your size comparisons for this review. So let's go ahead and get to the articulation on Megatron. Let me just raise this up again because he is actually pretty big. So, articulation on Megatron, because of the Titan Master gimmick, you know, you got all the range of motion that you want, full 360, a little bit of up and down, but not much. You do have nice swivel cuts, but they are hindered due to all this kibble in the back. It just gets in the way. So this is about as far back as the arms can go. This is about as high up as they can go, which isn't bad at all. Still pretty good. Do have some inward and outward movement as well on this hinge here. Pretty nice. We do have bicep rotation, which is nice. A single jointed elbow. Nothing at the wrist. I mean, that's basically your Transformer standards these days for their action figures. Legs, like I said, you get this much up, you get this much back, which is all the way, pretty good. You do get in and out play as well. You do have a thigh cut, which is nice. Double, there I go again saying double, I mean single jointed knees as well. And outside of a little hinge joint for up and down movement due to transformation at the feet, that's really it. It's still quite a bit, and you can get Megatron in a very nice, legit looking cannon wielding pose, like so. So that's nice. So pretty good. Unlike Galvatron. And you know what, tell you guys the truth, I really should have brought Galvatron in here for the size comparison, but maybe I'll do that at another time. So, you know, overall, I gotta say, I'm quite impressed with this figure. Just a little disappointed that this isn't going to be the solo mold of this figure. It's too bad that this is obviously going to be Blitzwing in the future. Would have been nice if it was just a standalone Megatron, so I could keep calling him Megatron, but whatever. It is what it is. I'm sure we'll get an official Megatron action figure eventually in this line. That's not going to be something that's going to be hindered like the leader class. I'd love to see another Voyager Megatron in the future. Just being Megatron and not a recreation or be the original mold of something else later on down the road like Hasbro does with a lot of figures nowadays, and it's very annoying. I'm going to tell you guys another thing about these stickers. I'm sure repro labels are going to work on something here, but I'm not really bothered by these. But if they bother you, you might want to hold off on, you know, just wait until an actual repro label set comes out. I'm sure they could do better, but again, this isn't bothering me at all. I actually like the reflection that's going on with the metallic stickers. I do like that. I know people wouldn't like that, but I don't feel like it's like really an irritation to anything at all with this figure. He's actually pretty good if you can get him to stand just right. You see why I use the tail fins now for back heel spurs on this guy? Because he's difficult. But overall, I am quite impressed with him. I do like him. I really can recommend him to a lot of people out there that were kind of disappointed with the leader class Megatron figure being either too big or just too lacking in articulation. This one makes up for it because he's the right scale for the right Optimus Prime in this line for now, as far as I know. So yeah, this could also work with your original Chug Optimus Prime. I don't have that figure. I wish I could do a side-by-side comparisons with that to prove it, but I've heard some things about it, and I gotta say, for what it is, this is probably going to be the dominant Megatron for now when it comes to the Generations line. I don't think it's going to get any better at this point. So questions, comments, you know what to do. Hit it down below in the comment section of this video. If you like today's video review, hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see other video reviews similar to the one you're seeing here today. From the reviewing station, this is your King Red is Power signing off saying thank you very much for watching this, and I will see you whenever you see me.